Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm reviewing the book Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros, a compelling and complex narrative that takes us into a world where dragons soar the skies, alliances are forged in blood, and every choice carries the weight of destiny. In this extraordinarily detailed and comprehensive summary, we will explore the full depth of Yarros' creation. We'll delve into the intricate plot, the richly developed characters, and the thematic elements that make this novel a standout in the realm of epic fantasy. Get ready to immerse yourself in a story where the boundaries between good and evil blur, and where every decision shapes the future of a world on the brink of war. Fourth Wing begins in a world fraught with tension, where the balance of power is precariously held between the dragon riders and the resistance forces. Our protagonist, Violet Sorrengail, is a young woman born into a family with a legacy tied to the dragon riders. However, Violet's journey is anything but straightforward. From the outset, she is depicted as someone caught between duty and desire, torn between the expectations placed upon her and her own internal struggles. Violet's family history is steeped in the tradition of the Dragon Riders, a prestigious and dangerous role within their society. Her mother, a legendary dragon rider, has always expected Violet to follow in her footsteps, but Violet is unsure if she is ready or even willing to take on such a monumental responsibility. This internal conflict is a central theme throughout the novel, as Violet grapples with the weight of her legacy and the expectations of those around her. As the story unfolds, Violet is thrust into the rigorous and often brutal training required to become a dragon rider. This process is not only physically demanding but also mentally and emotionally taxing. Yarros paints a vivid picture of the challenges faced by those who aspire to bond with a dragon. The training sequences are intense and detailed, giving the reader a clear understanding of the sheer determination and strength needed to succeed. These scenes are not merely about physical endurance, but also about the development of mental resilience and the forging of unbreakable bonds between rider and dragon. The dragons themselves are not mere beasts, but fully realized characters with their own personalities, loyalties, and even political agendas. Yarros' portrayal of the dragons is one of the novel's strongest aspects, as she imbues these creatures with a sense of majesty and intelligence that elevates them beyond their mythical status. The bond between a rider and their dragon is one of mutual respect and deep emotional connection, a theme that is explored in great depth throughout the story. Violet's journey to becoming a dragon rider is marked by significant trials and tribulations. She faces opposition not only from her fellow trainees, many of whom see her as an outsider, but also from the dragons themselves, who are notoriously selective in choosing their riders. This selection process is portrayed as both a physical and spiritual ordeal, requiring a combination of strength, courage, and an indomitable will. One of the most compelling aspects of the novel is Violet's evolving relationship with her dragon. At first, their bond is tenuous, marked by a lack of trust and understanding. However, as they face challenges together, this bond deepens, becoming a central pillar of Violet's identity and strength. Yarros uses this relationship to explore broader themes of trust, loyalty, and the importance of connection, not just between rider and dragon but also between individuals within the wider context of their society. The society in which Violet lives is one defined by rigid hierarchies and a strict code of honor. The dragon riders are at the top of this hierarchy, revered and feared in equal measure. However, beneath this veneer of honor and glory lies a world of political intrigue, corruption, and dark secrets. Yarros does an excellent job of peeling back the layers of this society, revealing the rot at its core. The Dragon Riders Society is one built on a foundation of exploitation and inequality, where the powerful maintain their status through oppression and manipulation. Violet's growing awareness of the flaws within her society adds another layer of complexity to her character. As she learns more about the true nature of the Dragon Riders' world, she is forced to confront uncomfortable truths about her family, her role, and the society she once revered. This journey of self-discovery is fraught with moral ambiguity, as Violet must navigate a world where the lines between right and wrong are often blurred. Yarros' exploration of power and corruption is nuanced and thought-provoking. She does not shy away from depicting the brutal realities of the world she has created, where violence and betrayal are commonplace, and where even the noblest of intentions can lead to devastating consequences. The novel raises important questions about the nature of power, the cost of maintaining it, and the ethical dilemmas faced by those who wield it. As Violet becomes more deeply involved in the politics of the Dragon Riders, she finds herself drawn into a conflict that threatens to engulf the entire realm. The resistance forces, who oppose the Dragon Riders' rule, are gaining strength, and Violet must decide where her loyalties lie. This decision is not an easy one, as it forces her to weigh her personal desires against her sense of duty and justice. The resistance is portrayed as a diverse and multifaceted group, with members who range from idealistic rebels to hardened warriors. Yarros does an excellent job of fleshing out these characters, giving each of them a distinct voice and perspective. Through Violet's interactions with the resistance, the reader is given a more nuanced view of the conflict, seeing it not as a simple battle between good and evil, but as a complex struggle with deep-rooted historical and cultural tensions. Among the resistance is a figure who becomes increasingly important to Violet's journey, Xaden Ryerson. Xaden is a dragon rider with a dark and mysterious past, and his relationship with Violet is one of the most compelling aspects of the novel. Their dynamic is charged with tension, as they are often at odds, yet there is also a deep and growing connection between them. Xaden's character is shrouded in ambiguity, and Yarros masterfully keeps the reader guessing about his true intentions and loyalties. The relationship between Violet and Xaden is complex, marked by moments of both trust and betrayal. As they navigate the treacherous waters of their world, their bond deepens, but it is always tempered by the knowledge that they may be on opposing sides of the coming conflict. Yarros uses their relationship to explore themes of trust, loyalty, and the difficulty of making choices in a world where there are no easy answers. As the novel progresses, the stakes are raised, and the tension escalates. Violet finds herself increasingly entangled in the power struggles that define her world, and the choices she makes have far-reaching consequences. The climax of the novel is a breathtaking and action-packed sequence that sees Violet and her allies face off against formidable enemies. This battle is not just a physical confrontation, but also a test of Violet's growth and the strength of the bonds she has formed. Yarros' depiction of the battle is vivid and intense, with every moment fraught with danger and uncertainty. The action is fast-paced and gripping, but it is also deeply emotional, as characters are forced to confront their fears, make sacrifices, and face the realities of the world they inhabit. The battle serves as a culmination of the novel's themes, bringing together the threads of power, loyalty, and the cost of war in a powerful and unforgettable conclusion. In the aftermath of the battle, Violet is left to grapple with the consequences of her actions and the choices she has made. The novel's resolution is both satisfying and bittersweet, as Violet comes to terms with the losses she has endured and the new challenges that lie ahead. Yarros leaves the door open for future stories in this world, hinting at further conflicts and revelations to come. Throughout Fourth Wing, Yarros demonstrates a masterful command of storytelling, weaving together a complex and richly detailed narrative that is both epic in scope and deeply personal. The novel's characters are fully realized, with their own motivations, desires, and fears, and their arcs are handled with care and attention to detail. The world-building is equally impressive, with Yarros creating a setting that feels both immersive and lived in, with its own history, culture, and social dynamics.